You know that feeling when you're lying in bed at 3 a.m., staring at the ceiling, running the same calculation over and over in your head? You've got extra money coming in, maybe from a raise, maybe a side hustle, maybe you finally stopped ordering takeout 5 times a week, and now you're stuck with this question that genuinely keeps you up at night. Do I throw this money at my student loans, my car loan, maybe that mortgage, and get out of debt faster? Or do I invest it and let compound interest work its magic? I get hundreds of messages about this exact scenario. After my last video about financial decision making, my inbox exploded. And here's what kills me. You've got one friend telling you that all debt is evil and you need to attack it like your life depends on it. You've got another friend who won't shut up about how their index funds returned 23% last year. You've got Dave Ramsey screaming on the radio about the debt snowball. You've got financial independence bloggers saying you're leaving millions on the table if you pay off low-interest debt early. And you're sitting there with your extra $1,000 a month, completely paralyzed, convinced that whichever choice you make, you're somehow screwing up your entire financial future. So today, I'm going to walk you through this decision with real numbers, real scenarios, and a framework I call the F-squared rule. By the end of this, you're going to have clarity, not someone else's answer, your answer. Let's dive in. Let's start with a concrete example, because abstract discussions about debt are useless. Imagine you've got a $50,000 student loan at 6% interest with 10 years remaining on a standard repayment plan. Your required monthly payment is about $555. This covers both principal and interest, and if you just make that payment every month for the next 10 years, you'll pay off the loan completely. But here's what most people don't realize about that payment. In your first month, that $555 payment breaks down like this. $250 goes to interest and only $305 goes to actually reducing your loan balance. That's 45% interest, 55% principal. You're literally working almost half the month just to pay the bank for the privilege of having borrowed money years ago. This is how amortization works, and it's designed to maximize the lender's profit in the early years. Now, let's say you've got an extra $500 per month that you could either invest or use to pay down this loan faster. If you invest that $500 monthly in a total stock market index fund, you're looking at historical average returns of around 10% annually. To be conservative, let's use 8% after accounting for fees and taxes. Over 10 years, investing $500 per month at 8% annual returns would grow to approximately $91,500. You'd contribute $60,000 of your own money, and the market would add about $31,500 in growth. That's the power of compound interest working for you. On the flip side, if you take that same $500 and apply it as an extra payment toward your loan principal every month, you're getting a guaranteed 6% return. How? Because every dollar you pay down reduces the principal balance, which means less interest accrues. When you pay off a 6% loan early, you're effectively earning 6% risk-free on that money. If you add $500 to your monthly payment, your loan gets paid off in about 5 years in 3 months instead of 10 years. You'll save roughly $7,400 in interest payments. That's $7,400 that stays in your pocket instead of going to the bank. So we've got our two baseline scenarios established. Investing gives you $91,500 in 10 years. Paying off the loan saves you $7,400 in interest and frees you from the debt in just over 5 years. At first glance, investing seems like the obvious winner, right? Not so fast.
Let's dig deeper into the investing scenario first, because the $91,500 number looks incredibly attractive. You're building wealth, creating a nest egg, setting yourself up for financial independence. If you stay disciplined and invest that $500 every single month for 10 years, you'll have nearly 6 figures in your investment account. And here's the beautiful part. After those 10 years, you can let that money continue growing. If you don't touch that $91,500 and it continues compounding at 8% for another 20 years, it grows to over $426,000. That's legitimate retirement money. That's financial freedom money. But let's talk about what this path actually requires. First, you need iron discipline. You have to invest that $500 every single month, regardless of what the market is doing. When the market drops 30% like it did in 2020, you have to keep investing. When your friends are buying new cars and taking vacations, you have to keep investing. When that student loan payment of $555 still hits your account every month for the full 10 years, you have to keep investing. You're carrying debt while simultaneously trying to build wealth, and psychologically, that's harder than most people